So now do you understand why the call of source is what it is? Now do you understand why there is a current that is calling you toward well-being? Now do you understand that no matter how much you beat the drum of what you do not want, when you croak, you're going to close that gap? Now do you understand why we are so confident about the well-being of all that is? So here is this huge energy of well-being that law of attraction is responding to. And from your point of view in your physical body, what that means is when you feel the call of source, it feels compelling and it feels elating. In other words, the call of source in its purest form, when you are close enough in vibrational proximity to it to really feel it, feels like joy, it feels like passion, it feels like eagerness, it feels like love, it feels like appreciation, it feels like well-being, it feels like yipping and yahooing all the way down the canyon, it feels like cartwheels, it feels like sunshine and rainbows and lollipops, it feels like all of the things that you've ever associated with well-being. It feels like liquid love, it feels like joy, it is rapturous, it is orgasmic, it ripples through your body, it is ecstasy. That's what source energy is and feels like. Really. So this you that is you, do you get this sense that as you are born here and you have exposure to experience and you give birth to rockets of desires, that the larger part of you expands because of what you've lived and then stands there with law of attraction responding to it, calling you toward it? And when you move in the direction of that calling, you feel so good. That's that impulse, that's that inspiration, that's feeling of, oh, I want to do that. That's that life-giving, life-calling, me being who I am. That's me in my human form keeping up with who I have become. That's the way you intended to live life. When you feel negative emotion, whether you call it frustration or overwhelmment, or something stronger like anger or rage or hate, or something stronger like disappointment or fear or depression, when you feel those negative emotions, what it always means is you're not letting yourself be you. You're focused upon some aspect of contrast, and you've done it for way more than 17 seconds, so that you've got an activation within you that is not letting you go with the flow. And what happens is, the thing about not going with the flow is that the flow doesn't say, oh, they're not coming, let's wait. The flow keeps going because law of attraction is responding to the larger part of you. Jerry and Esther went whitewater rafting, and the man who was guiding their boat said, friends, this is not Disneyland, we cannot turn this river off. In other words, we want to say the same thing to you. This is not Disneyland. This river cannot be turned off. You cannot turn off the result of all of the desire that you've lived in all of this time. This is source energy summoning you. You must let yourself be who you are, and if you don't let yourself be who you are, you don't feel good. And it's not about somebody else saying you should be something, you need to be something. It's about life having called it through you and you not going. And when you don't go, it doesn't feel good, and when you do go, it feels oh so good. And do you know, you don't even have to go and receive the full manifestation of it. You just have to no longer not go. We see you take your boats down to the river, you've got your paddles in them, you put the boat in the water, and almost without exception, human dear hearts that you are, you turn your boat upstream and begin paddling very hard. And we say, why not turn and go with the flow? And you say, oh, that just seems lazy. We say, well, you could use a different word like natural. No, I choose lazy. It seems lazy. I don't want to be lazy. I want to be virtuous and hardworking. I want to earn my way. And all the other humans that amount to anything are paddling very hard upstream. We try here. We try hard. We try, we persevere, we are determined. We use our effort and our action to try to compensate for energy. You don't say that, but you try it. You do it. And we say, nothing that you want is upstream. Why are you paddling upstream? Well, I don't know. Others have done it. I heard that you're supposed to try hard, and I heard that there's no gain without pain, and I heard that the more you suffer, the greater your rewards are later. And we say, how can that be? How can something that feels so bad lead to something that is good? How can that be? Where do you get this stuff? When there is not a shred of evidence to the contrary of law of attraction, there's not a shred of evidence to the contrary of well-being. Have you looked around your planet? Have you driven around it? Have you flown over it? Have you looked at your planet? Do you see the enormous well-being in comparison with the pocket here and there of not well-being? Do you understand that you are thriving, that you are thriving more today than you ever have, and you will thrive more tomorrow? Do you understand that well-being is the order of this universe? Because the pieces that are carried on by the energy spirit that is you are the best parts of it, not the worst parts of it. Do you know that when you croak, we love that disrespectful word? Do you know that when you croak, you leave behind all doubt and fear and worry, and you reemerge into the fullness of who you are? And it is from that fresh place of knowing that you come again into this physical experience. You are pure positive energy beings from the source energy part of you. So the reason that we're here talking with you is because you come asking us, you want to know how this all fits together. You want to know who you are. You want to know how to fulfill your reason for being here. And we want you to know that the way you fulfill your reason for being here is by quantifying your journey, by finally acknowledging that you have within you guidance that lets you know when you are coming into vibrational alignment with who you are or not. And as you let your quest be every day to care about the way you feel, and you begin to train yourself into better and better and better feeling thoughts, little by little you come into vibrational alignment with who you are constantly becoming. And in coming into that vibrational alignment with who you really are, you then begin to lead the joyous life that you intended when you came forth. Not one of you came forth to fix this planet. It is not broken. Not one of you said, I'll go forth and I'll look at all the ideas that exist and I'll whittle them down to just the good ideas and we'll throw all the others out. Not one of you said anything like that, because you understood that the diversity is the strength and the basis of all expansion. So here we are together. You are magnificent creators, and our value to you is in assisting you in recognizing how to utilize your guidance system so that you can finally quantify your journey from sickness to wellness, your journey from wellness to even more wellness, your journey from financial well-being to more financial well-being, your journey from not enough money to enough money to enough money to plenty of money to anything that you want. We are not here to guide you in your choice of desires. You get to choose all of that, and your life experience helps you to do that. We just want you to quantify your journey by understanding your emotions. When you travel from Phoenix to San Diego, you know how to get there. Your maps point you in the direction. You have compasses. You know by the sun in the sky which way is west. You can tell how far it is by looking at your map, and you don't feel fear about getting there. You believe that you can do it. You understand that journey. But when you are sick and you want to be well, often you don't understand that journey. And we want you to understand that every journey is first and foremost a vibrational journey. If you will make your journeys be emotional journeys. A woman said, I have arthritis in my hips and I am in constant pain. I don't see how I can think positive thoughts when I hurt so much. And we said, well, what is what is. And if your body is hurting, your body is hurting, and it's not going to stop hurting immediately. But you have a choice. You can be in a body that hurts and feel hopeful, or you can be in a body that hurts and feel fearful. And the vibrational difference between the emotion of hope and fear is the difference between recovery or not. As doctors and scientists are looking for cures, they keep coming up with another cure. You apply it, and then you keep coming up with another disease. Because you are not dealing with the resistance that causes the diseases. You're creating endless diseases out of your resistance to wellness, you see. And until you discover the solution to vibrational discord, until you get to the vibrational heart of the discord, there will not be enough cures. Looking for cures is not the answer. Looking for vibrational discord is, you see. So your emotions, oh, your blessed emotions, let you know in every moment what you're doing vibrationally. And how does it work? It works because there are two vibrational points of relativity that are feeling off one another. There's the vibration of who you have become, and there's the vibration of who you're letting yourself be. And those two vibrations have a feeling effect on you. Now, do you understand why? because law of attraction is responding to this part of you, and law of attraction is responding to this part of you. So when your vibrations are in the same place and law of attraction is responding, you don't feel pulled apart, you feel elation, vitality. But when law of attraction is responding to who you have become, to the source energy part of you, and you are beating the drum of not enough of something, now law of attraction is responding to both parts of you, and you have that tug of war going on. So negative emotion is split energy. Positive emotion is aligned energy. Negative emotion, or that tug of war, is you beating the drum of something while the larger part of you is seeing it a different way. So you're like a two-headed monster, and we just want both heads to get moving in the same direction. We want you to begin to see your world through the eyes of source, through the eyes of who you really are. And when you are looking at it through eyes different than those eyes, you feel the discord of that view. For example, when you see someone and you love them, you're seeing through the eyes of source. When you look at someone and you hate them, you're not, and you feel the discord. Humans say, how could I not hate that behavior? And we say, we're not asking you to look at something that's awful and feel good about it. We're asking you to turn your eyes to something that causes you to align with who you are. Oh, you mean put my head in the sand? You mean let that bad thing go on? And we say, you have a choice. You can look at it and cause separation between you and you, or you can look at something that doesn't cause separation between you and you. But don't I have a duty to look at things that are wrong to try to make them better? You can't make something better by looking at something that is wrong. Following? Well, that's about as clear as we've ever stated it. You are the creator of your own reality, and you get to choose what you turn your attention to. But law of attraction does not make it easy for you to make those changes, because as you've been beating the drum of something for a while, you have habits of thought. That's what you call a belief. A belief is just a thought that you keep thinking. And we want to say to you that law of attraction is the culprit, the blessed consistent culprit that makes it difficult for you to change your thought. So there has to be a reason that you'd want to do it, and here's what it is. You'll feel better. Humans say, what else? Well, you'll get everything you want. Oh, okay. But you have to care about how you feel first. You have to care enough that you feel better, that you're willing to reach for a thought that is a little hard to reach for, because law of attraction makes it easy to keep beating that drum where you've been beating it. Have you ever had something that was really bothering you and you were ragging on and on about it, and some fool with you tried to change the subject, and you kept finding a way to bring it back around and back around and back around? Then they try to change the subject. Finally you just say, I'm not enjoying talking to you because you want to talk about this. And the reason you want to talk about that is because it's active within you, and law of attraction is supplying you with all kinds of thoughts that match it. And pulling away from that isn't the easiest thing to do. But when you care about feeling good, and feeling good matters more, then you will reach for the best feeling thought. And many people, some bright-eyed person over here, all optimistic, will say, you should come over here and think like me. And you just want to punch their lights out, because not only do you right then not want to go over there and think like them, because law of attraction's got this compelling thing going on for you, but you can't go over there and think like them. You can't, because this is what's most active. So what you want to do is just reach for something that feels a little better and a little better and a little better and a little better, and before you know it, you've come back into alignment with who you are.